gentlemen, thank you for coming. I'm so glad to be here. To begin our presentation, I would like to first ask a question. Do you guys love chocolate?
Yes!
Then come to the right place. Our company is called Cocobay, and I would like to introduce our company in the next 25 minutes. My name is Winnie Zhang, the CEO of Cocobay. And in the presentation, first, I will elaborate on our company to help you know more about Cocobay. And then, next, our creative director, Rahina Lin, will explain our brief history and the story of Cocobay. Thirdly, I will elaborate on our products and services in details. Fourth, our public relations minister, Luke Huang, will discuss the market analysis for you. And then our CFO, Iris Hong, will share the successful cases with you. Then finally, it is the conclusion. We would like to end our presentation with the 5-minute Q&A session. So please hold your questions during our presentation and feel free to ask us if there is anything unclear in the Q&A session. Now let's get to the first point. In the introduction part, I would like to introduce our company members with you first. I am the CEO of Cocobay, and what is my responsibility is that I have to give the employees the clear direction. And next, this is our CFO, Iris Hong. She has to manage our cash and budgets for us. Next, this is our creative director, Rahina Lin. She has to create the DIY activities and to increase the new flavor of chocolate. Next, it is our public relations minister, Luke Huang. He finds the business associates for us and manage the online market. Moving on, I would like to talk more about our business profile. The name is Cocobay. And do you know why we are called Cocobay? There are 3 reasons why we are called Cocobay. First, apparently, it is because we sell chocolate. And next, it is because we are located in Hengchun, Pingdong, and there are a lot of bays in Hengchun, so the name shows the location too. Thirdly, we are called Cocobay because we feature the traditional food and combine with it the chocolate. So Cocobay is another meaning for 可可薄 in Taiwanese. And our slogan is keep the sweet memories. Our brand image is what you taste is not just chocolate, but your childhood. Because we want that you remember the memories that you spent in past. Our company is founded in 2010, and our location is, just I mentioned, is in Pingdong, Hengchun. And we have 50 employees, and our factory, farm, and the shop is about 15 hectares. Next, I would like to ask the Rahina Lin, our creative director, to talk about our story.
I'm Rahina Lin. Cocobay started from a village story. 15 years ago, a little girl loves chocolate. She always went to the grocery store with her grandma. They went there to buy the cookies and to get the lottery. However, her grandma got a stroke when the girl went to the high school. 3 years passed. The girl graduated from the high school and she decided to study abroad. So she learned business in Switzerland. And there, she met some friends who loved and could make chocolate. One day, she got a bad news, which said that her grandma was badly sick. However, she couldn't fly fly back to Taiwan immediately because she had to finish her studies there. So after she graduated, when she came back to Taiwan, her hometown, and when she passed by the grocery store, Cocobay, that she used to go, all the memories crowded on her mind, and suddenly an idea hit upon her. She wanna combine what she loves, chocolate, and what she majors in, business. So she decided to run the business to combine them, and most important of all, to memorize her beloved grip. So that's how Cocobay started, and that's how our logo we designed it. And after telling you how Cocobay started, I'd like to tell you how Cocobay have been through and what we expected in future. I'll show you by the list grid. For the horizontal axis, it shows the timeline, and for the vertical axis, it shows the profit that Cocobay earned. As you can see, in the year of 2005 is when the girl goes study abroad in Switzerland, and in 2009 she came back to Taiwan. And for the first year, we decided to test the water, so we sell our chocolate in a grocery store, Cocobay. However, as you can see, we lost for about 500,000 for the first year. And in the year of 2011, we bought the land in Hongchun, Pingdong, where the weather is suitable for planting cocoa beans. And we bought the land there when we had a little bit profit. And 1 year passed in 2012. As you can see, our profits went up dramatically to 700,000 a year. And at that time, in this year, we run Cocobay in physical store. And in the future, we like to customize our chocolate. We hope to provide our customer with the service that they could decide how their chocolate look like. And we hope to reach $800,000 a year. And after telling you Cocobay's story and history, let's welcome our CEO, Winnie Zhang, to tell you our product and service.
After knowing the brief history and our story of Cocobay, I'm going to talk more about our products and service in details. We have a lot of products and service, so I will just introduce our main products. These products are really special. First, we combine the Taiwanese food with chocolate so that you can have the Taiwanese food and remember your childhood at the same time. Next, it is the high-class chocolate, just like the normal chocolate. For the traditional flavor, we add chocolate into other traditional snacks, just like the traditional airplane cookies, spiral cookies, and puffed rice cake. I think this is really familiar to you. And for the seasonal fruits one, we have the best sellers for mango flavor and sugar apple flavor. For the high-class chocolate, we import the high-class cocoa beans from Venezuela to Taiwan and make them into the high-class chocolate, just like this. And this is the normal chocolate. It is all about the products, and now I would like to talk more about our service. We have a lot of unique service that other farms doesn't have. Our open hours is that Cocobay is closed on every Monday, and we are open daily from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And during the lunchtime, we provide the style meals which contains the chocolate, so that you can have fun and have meals in our farm. Our price of tickets is $118 per adult and $50 for a child. First, our service contains the guided tour. It is really normal, and we have the guide. We have the guided tour for the visitors to know how to make the chocolate from the cocoa beans, and this is provided every hour, and this is for free. Next, it is the DIY. You can make your own chocolate memory in our farm, but however we have to we ask the visitors to register online, and this is for every hour as well. However, each group is open to only 20 visitors. And what you have to pay is for $50 for the chocolate, and you can add other additives if you want, but it is cost according to the weight. Next, this is our extraordinary service. We provide you the experience of picking cocoa beans by yourself. You have to make online reservation in advance, and each time the group is only open to 15 visitors a time. However, if you are under 6-year-old children, you can apply for this one. And because this service is really unique, so we have to charge the visitors $200 per person. Besides, if you get the experience of picking cocoa beans by yourself, you can also get DIY for free. And then, because our location is not near the station, so we provide a shuttle bus for the visitors. We have the shuttle bus at Hengchun train station and Canteen to our farm Cocobay. Next, in the future, we would like to have more services. So we would like to provide the customized service in the future. If you want to give someone a present that is really unique and you want to make them exciting, then we are your best choice. You can have this service online for customized chocolate. After knowing our product and service, I would like to ask our public relation minister to talk more about the market analysis.
Okay, so thanks, Winnie. Hi, everybody. I'm Lu Huang, the public relation minister of Cocobay. So, since it's very important for a company to locate its target customers, so in this part, I will begin with the target market. Now, please look at the pie charts on the left. You can see two groups. One is the single visitors in here, and the group visitors here. And they, in the right pie chart, we keep dividing the group visitors into 4 subgroups, including families, couples, field trip, and business visitors. Family, especially with little kids, occupy 30% alone, and the couple accounts for 60%. Then, field trip and business visitors amount to 15% and 70% respectively. Overall, we can conclude that we have more group visitors, so it means that we have to put more emphasis on that part and think how to make everyone in the group feel like our honorable guest. And the next part, I want to talk about our major competitors. Besides Cocobay, we have found that there are 2 more companies that do the same thing like us. One is Ashing Chocolate Farm, and the other is Republic of Chocolates. Among 3, Republic of Chocolates has a great history of producing 七十乳加巧克力, and it is located in Taoyuan, the northern Taiwan. On the other hand, Cocobay and Ashing are in the southern Taiwan and has a similar background. In our table, we can see that the 3 companies in the same industry. But please notice that only Cocobay has the spatial experience of picking cocoa beans yet. So please choose us. And for the next part, I want to talk about the marketing strategies. So the first one is low price strategy. Low price in this part, because among all the competitors, we have the lowest ticket price, like Winnie Zhan just said. $100 per adult and $50 a children. Yeah. That is because we want to. That is because we focus more on customers' feelings more than the tickets revenue itself, and we hope that it can attract more visitors from all over Taiwan. And the next part is cooperation. We cooperate with some B&B owners in Henchun, and we provide them coupons. And the visitors in this B&B can get that coupons and enjoy a free pleasant tour by their own. And another cooperation case is we cooperate with the traveling agencies, the domestic one. Because we want to attract more foreign visitors. Because foreign visitors may not familiar with the southern Taiwan like Pingdong, so they will find a traveling agency to help them. So we designed a package tour, including their board and large and their shuttle bus and the free tickets. Yeah. So like this. This is the B&B in Henchun. So next part I want to talk about the local consciousness. Because we are a Taiwanese company, who promotes local consciousness a lot. So like Winnie Zhan just said, we add some traditional cookies and local fruits into our chocolates to represent Taiwanese culture. And the last part is online services and selling. In the future, we will have our own online systems, so our customers can order their chocolates or reserve their tours online and also lower down our cost. After marketing analysis, it is followed by the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a structured planning method which is generally adopted by corporations all over the world. In this part, I will talking about the strength and weakness. So first, strength. Product distinction. Because our products, chocolates, is combined with the Western chocolate with Taiwanese cookies and fruits, and we also provide a unique experience of picking cocoa beans. So we are confident that we can stand out from other competitors in Taiwan. And the next one is contract farming. In this part, we cooperate with the farmers in Henchun so that we can get the steady cocoa beans resource, and the farmers can also get a guaranteed price to ensure their life. The second part, weakness. Poor accessibility. It is because we are located in Henchun. It is a place that's far away from urban area. So that is not that easy to reach. But to solve this problem, we provide a shuttle bus. So our customers don't worry about that. Yeah. And next, we have the high startup cost. It is because in the first few years, we bought a lot of facilities and recruit some employees. That costs us a lot, and we need a couple of years to cover those costs. Okay. So the next part, I will introduce my partner, Iris Hong, the CFO of Cocobay, to continue to analyze our SWOT analysis.
I'm going to talk about the opportunity and threats. And in the opportunity part, there are two main points. First, our company located in Pingdong, and Pingdong famous tourist spot in Taiwan. For example, this is a graph that shows the tourists who visit Maobitou, a famous tourist spot in Pingdong. And the horizontal axis shows the timeline, while the vertical axis is the number who visit Maobitou. And we can see that the number of tourists who visit this place increases every year. And this shows that we have a big opportunity to get more visitors in the future because more and more people visit Pingdong. Also because the tourist spots in Pingdong, many of the tourist spots are at outdoors, so if it rains, people will come to our factory. And the second point is that people love chocolate. This is a graph that shows the cocoa consumption in the world. And the vertical axis is the timeline, while the horizontal axis is the timeline, while the vertical axis is the cocoa consumption measured in tons. And we can see that the cocoa consumption has been increasing. And this means that chocolate has a huge potential market. And let's move on to the third. There are 2 points too. First, we have many competitors in Taiwan. And second, the reduction of the raw materials. And for the first point, just like what Lucron has said, we have many competitors in Taiwan. So how to be unique from them is our key strategy. And just like what our CEO Winnie Zhang has said, we provide a unique experience, which is picking cocoa beans. Also, we have different kinds of products, so we believe that we can compete with others. And for the second point, this is a graph which shows the cocoa production. And we can see that the cocoa production has been decreasing, though it has a short recovery at 2011, but it still remains decreasing. And this is a chart that we just showed, which is the cocoa consumption. And by these 2 graphs, we can know that in the future, the cocoa consumption will be higher and the production will be lower. So the cocoa bean won't be enough. Also, due to the shortage of cocoa bean, the price may be higher and higher. So this will be a quite big threat for our company. And next, I'll introduce 2 of our successful cases. First is the field trip. We have been cooperating with elementary schools and provide field trips for free. And while the field trip, children can come to our factory and learn how chocolates are made. Also, they can experience a simple DIY by themselves. And because we decorate some of our shops into traditional grocery stores, so they can also experience the traditional grocery stores in our farm. And second, we sell our products in B&B. Just like what Lucron has said, we have been cooperating with the B&B in Pingdong. And besides the package tour, we also sell our products in their B&B. And through this, we not only increase our sales volume, we also increase our publicity. And next, our CEO Winnie Zhang will give us our conclusion.
In our presentation, we introduced the brief introduction of the company, and then we introduced the story and history. And we talked a lot for our products and services. Next, we have the market analysis. Moving on, we also show the SWOT analysis. Then, next, we have our successful cases to share with you. After that, I think that we want to tell our visitors that we believe in Cocobay. What you taste is not just chocolate, but your childhood. And now,
Visit Cocobay right away and you'll never regret.
Thank you. If there is anything unclear, please ask us.
I have 2 questions. The first one is that your main business is selling selling chocolate and you're like a tourist factory.
Yeah.
So there's no others. So it's two main
And
business.
farm. We
farm.
Yeah.
So it's three kinds of main business. So you have mentioned the Republic of Chocolate. Actually, it's nearby my home, just 5 minutes, and it's created by a company called Hongyang, and it's the company who created Jia. And actually, they also sell Milanos and Minano, and Rebound. So they have low class and high class chocolate products, and they also have this tourist factory, the Republic of Chocolate. So they are quite similar to you. So how do you compare? And actually, Jia and so many chocolate products is created, but it's their product. It's only a goods product. So they already occupy the market a very large percentage. So how do you compete?
Well, we have other products and services. Just like we had mentioned, we add the seasonal fruits and the traditional snacks into our chocolate, not only the Jia and the high-class chocolate. So if you are a foreigner or you are Taiwanese like us, you can remind your memories in the childhood in our factory and our farm, and you can experience other things like picking cocoa beans that other factory doesn't have. So we think that maybe we can stand out from them.
Okay, so my second question is that in the factory they sell a lot of special chocolate bar you put in a cup and pour some hot water, it will become chocolate. And they have so many kinds and combined with fruits also. But they just view this kind of products as souvenirs because they doesn't sell this in the market. So, do you really think your chocolate combined with fruit or cookies can be a product to sell? Do you have the confidence?
Yes, because in our farm we attract a lot of families, and families will bring their children to our factory. So if you are just a little kid, you didn't know that before in the grocery we have this kind of snacks. So maybe it is new to them, so they want to try. And if the children want to try, usually the parents will spend and let them experience the other things.
Actually, for us or for our parents, perhaps they want to introduce their chocolate into their children because their children may not know about this. But yes, I think it's quite the opportunities for them to have a good time, to know.
Free to the generation.
Yes, and actually that's our marketing strategies is about the traditional. Like what we combine is that we don't want to make a lot of money or something. We just want to provide to the childhood that you wanted to get back to. Yes.
I want to ask, if I cost $50 and fill the chocolate I want, and I will get the whole chocolate or just a piece of chocolate?
A piece of chocolate. So you have to get the addictives like the piece or the fruits, but maybe the cookies. This kind of cookies cost you $5 a piece or a few kilograms. Yeah, we will set up the price for each kind of details. But for chocolate itself, it just costs $50.
I just googled that the Ashen Farm and there's a chocolate workshop in Puri that do the similar thing with Cocobay, but they also sell products like gelato or cake, or like the Ashen Farm, they have herbs. Yeah, and one of the biggest risks of agriculture is that what if some natural disaster happen, and in that year you cannot run your business as normal years? How do you deal with that?
So import the chocolate from Venezuela for the high cost chocolate. So if the weather disasters happen, then we may just increase our imports from Venezuela. Although it may still increase our cost.
And maybe we will close our farm because it is very dangerous for land to pick in a bad weather or a disaster after. And we also have the factory tour. I think it will be our main profit resource. Yeah.
Are all the chocolates you use in your farm produced by yourselves?
No, just like I have mentioned, for the traditional one, we have our farm, so we grow the cocoa beans by ourselves and make them into the chocolate. And we will combine it with the snacks and the fruit. But for the high-class delicate chocolate, we will import the chocolate from the Venezuela. So not all of them are made by ourselves.
So like how many percent is produced by yourselves and how many percent is from Venezuela?
It depends on the products because we have a lot of products and about 40% it is from the Venezuela and the 60% is from us.
I have a question. So if I want to come to your farm to pick up the cocoa beans, but I wonder, so when do cocoa beans mature? And how long is the harvest period?
In Taiwan, it is appropriate for everyone to pick up every season because but this is only at southern Taiwan, so that's why we have our factory and farm at Pingdong.
So we can still pick cocoa beans even in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it will has the different flavor from you pick in the summer. Yeah.
How do you raise money in the very first beginning?
We tested water in a Cocobay and grocery store, so we just make chocolate by ourselves and sell at the same time. And still, from the beginning, we set a website to promote Cocobay. Yeah, like if you key in traditional cookies or with chocolate or something, then it may just pop up Cocobay. Yeah.
Is there any special characteristic of your product? Your logo is "We are not tasty chocolate, but my childhood." But for instance, I said just for instance, I'm a 19 years old person and my childhood is a misery. I said, for example, so how will you persuade me to still buy your product if you use this logo?
Actually, we have this logo because we want to have you memorize your childhood. But if your childhood is really miserable, we provide chocolate which is sweet, so you can keep your sweet dreams.
Oh,
Is that clear?
It is perfect.
Thank you.
another little question. You said you combine fruit and chocolate. I'm wondering the way is fruit flavored chocolate or you cover fruit in chocolate.
Chocolate fruit. Chocolate.
So cover the fruit.
No, not covered. It is. We will dry the fruit and add it into the chocolate, not the fruit and chocolate outside.
It's just like the chocolate pot, not chocolate pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not inside.
Sir, I want to ask about the cost and your price because, as just Amber mentioned, your cocoa beans, 60% comes from Venezuela and
60% from us.
and or 40% from Venezuela. But In Taiwan, it's quite difficult to plant cocoa, right? I just googled, and it's relatively difficult to plant compared with Venezuela. Yeah, and so you will have a higher cost and also a lower production. So how do you use a lower price to compete with another farmers or competitors on the market?
I think why we only have 14% from the Venezuela, it is because their chocolate is really high class, but they have already cooperated with other companies, like the famous brand, others like Godiva, something like that, and they won't cooperate with us. So we want to produce the cocoa beans by ourselves, and we have a lot of cost in it. I know that, but we also earn from other things like experience or products. So I think that maybe we cannot have that much revenue, but we can still earn some from others.
And I do some research for the cocoa planting in Taiwan. In southern Taiwan, there is a lot of I don't know how to say binlang. There are lots of binlang. Yeah. So, but it is highly vulnerable to the weather. Yeah. So they want to change, but what should they grow? Some companies import the cocoa beans for these farmers to grow, and they find they have a lot of yields, and so a lot of binlang farmer change their business, change their plants into cocoa. So we cooperated with this farmer. Yeah.
Also, like Winnie said, because we provide experience of picking cocoa beans, and if they pick cocoa beans to us, and we'll take the cocoa beans back and give them some small gifts, and through this, and we can earn more money. Yeah.
So your major revenue comes from your product or from your activities?
Service
Yeah,
or
service.
it's from
Yeah.
product.
Product.
Yes.
We have
Like it's like about 50 and 50. Yes, because we still have the restriction, like we have the restriction of the people, how many people who can go to pick the cocoa bean. Yes, and we still have a restriction that you can have the DIY per hour. Yes, but it's about 50 and 50.
Good, Alex.
I want to give some comments about your slides.
Yeah.
Because you use the ratio of 16 to 9 this slides. It's not 4 to 3. I think you leave a lot of blanks on your slides, but your words and your pictures is not so big, so I can't see very clearly from the back here.
You mean the word?
Yeah, words and your photos, because you can see a lot of blanks on the right side.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will organize. Wow.
Yeah.
What is the Nama chocolate?
Oh, it is famous in Japan and where are you? This one. It is soft and it is not like the normal chocolate with seen, and this is
In Chinese. Yeah. Yes. Roll chocolate. I don't know how to say that.
So is it imported from Japan or Venezuela?
It is the cocoa beans is imported from Venezuela, and we made them into the normal chocolate, not from the Japan. Yeah, because it is the high class delicate chocolate.
Sorry, I want to know how long it takes to produce chocolate from cocoa beans.
Actually, average it takes. I have this research. It is about 2 days, because you have to pick it and you have to dry them in the factory and then make them. You have to remove the things outside the cocoa beans. Yeah. So it takes about 2 days for the factory to make them from the cocoa beans into the chocolate.
So if I pick the beans, I wouldn't be able to taste.
Yeah, because if you pick one and we have to make them into chocolate, so we don't give the cocoa beans for them. We have the little gifts, just like Iris had mentioned. We will have them to do the DIY for free, so they can bring the chocolate by themselves, but they can't bring the cocoa beans that they pick.
Yeah, just like you pick up the strawberries in dark, you just have the experience of picking up the strawberries, but you still have to return the strawberries unless you buy them.
I think actually if you pay, then you get to get all the strawberries you pick. Like you
Really?
get to
But
taste it.
I went there and they say I have to return the strawberries unless I buy them.
I mean, normally you need to.
You have to buy.
Yeah, you have to pay
You
extra
have to
Yeah.
pay the strawberry.
for the strawberry.
Yes.
I think most people will actually pay for the strawberry, right? Because they want
Yeah.
to taste the strawberry.
But I don't want to take the cocoa beans back, so we give you the gifts and you just give the cocoa beans back.
So is that possible? You can change the beans into some kind of decoration or souvenirs, so customers can bring some cocoa beans back.
That's like our sub.
Maybe we'll think about it in the future.
Right, maybe you can make a cocoa bean necklace, right?
Oh.
They can always smell chocolate.
I don't want to wear it.
Good. Any further questions?
I have a comment on your price because I made a little calculation. If I'm an adult and for first I have to pay for a ticket, it's like $100.
Yeah. Yes.
And if I want to do the DIY and also the cocoa bean, and it's like around $380, right?
Yeah.
I think the price is. I think it's because it reflects the high cost, but I think for the customers, I think this price is too high.
Actually, lower compared with the
Chocolates.
Yeah. The lowest
Ticket for the ticket.
for us.
It is the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your ticket prices compared with your competitors is the lowest, but I think for if I directly see this price, I wouldn't think of other competitors' price.
But all those activities is what you choose. Like in Ashin, if you want to make the herbs, you still have to pay for it. And in their farm, if you want to do DIY, then you still have to pay the extra price, the extra fee. So I think it's if you want, I think.
For the take Austin farm, for example, they have the DIY just like us, but it's I think the price is $300 if I'm not sure about this, but I have to do that because picking up the cocoa beans is a little bit dangerous because you have to use the special scissors to pick it. So we don't allow children under 6 years old to attend. So only the parents or the older children will try this experience. So I think that maybe the parents can afford $200. So, do you have questions?
I have a comment because I went to a chocolate farm before, and we also need to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
If I pay 100 for a ticket, you can get it in change for some beverage. So maybe it's a way. You don't need to.
We have the style meal, so
Yeah. So maybe the
have the
ticket.
discount.
Yeah. Discount, or you just get it. Discount for 100 if it show the ticket. But you can set a higher price for your meal. You understand?
yes.
Yeah, it's a way.
And for the tour guide, we although we have to pay $200 for the experience of picking cocoa beans, but if you still want to DIY, then you don't have to pay the $50. So you just have to pay for the ticket. So it's 200 plus. Yes.
Good. Any others? Right. Well then, thank you very much. Okay, the next team.